Leo Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. Today's a very special day. This is my little Leo Charlie. She's 12 years old today, 8/18. So, any 8/18 Leos out there? All right, baby, go get comfortable. She's like, I don't care. Let me lay around, which could be your mood, Leo. But drop your Leo birth date in the comments below. Or the person you're dealing with if you're here cross-watching for a love reading. You could be dealing with a Gemini, have Gemini placement, something about Gemini season could be significant, the deer, could be the stag, it could be some sort of a confirmation for you. Or this is obviously going to be a love reading. All right, so this is next in love for Leo. I have to fix this table because it's a little wobbly. It keeps knocking the wall there. Knocking the wall. Baby, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Okay. So whatever this move is that the masculine is making toward their feminine is a very solid move. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're collaborating. They could be planning some sort of surprise for you, feminines. 2 of Swords and 2 of Wands. So that's the decision, the choice. It feels like there's not a lot of movement right now with Pentacles. Pentacles are very slow and planned out. So feminines, if you're in this mood right here, I think you might be in a mood. I'm in like the best worst mood right now. I don't know what it is or how to describe it. If that makes sense to you. Yeah, it's like whenever you feel something big is coming, or something around the moon cycles, something around the seasonal changes, whenever there's big changes, and Leo, you are a fixed sign. Fixed signs, they're not opposed to change, but it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so there's some sort of, there's something that you don't see coming, but you feel it coming. The feminine feels it coming for sure. And it's making them, Queen of Swords, it's kind of putting them in this icy phase. Something about winter could be significant. I'm getting something about a wardrobe change, or something with furniture. You could be moving. Something about children. You could have children, or maybe like your childhood home, or like visiting family. Very specifically, you could have like inherited someone's children. Something about Hallmark. Yeah, there's like a birthday or some sort of event that's being planned. And I don't know her name, but she's a very famous, like the most famous Hallmark actress, right? She's got the dark hair. She's in Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. She's the one that talks like this. She's also in Mean Girls. You can't sit with us. You could be cutting people out of your life. There's some sort of review, and something about Christmas time, winter is significant, but it's like going through the past, going through the archives, and this could be you or your person. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Ooh, 9 of Swords. A lot of swords here. A lot of anxiety, overthinking. There's a hold up here. Hold up. Hey, we gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. Ace of Pentacles. Why is there so much anxiety around this offer? This is a very stable offer. It's an offer of investment. Pentacles, fixed energy, earth energy. That is stable. It's an investment for longevity. So why is the masculine showing up here with sleepless nights, anxiety, overthinking? 5 of Swords at the center is like you had words with somebody. You can't sit with us. I feel like there's like constant arguments. 10 of Swords. Somebody A masculine here maybe recently discovered that they were, could be something with a sibling. They recently discovered that they were being stabbed in the back. They were being deceived because we have the Ten of Swords. That's my little Leo getting some water. Wet your whistle, my little thistle. Maybe thistle, the plant thistle is significant. Yeah, we have the Lovers and the Sun. So that's Gemini and Leo energy. Let's see for the feminine. What's going on? Wheel of Fortune, divine timing. Waiting. It's also like playing, but it's like a gamble, because if you think about the Wheel of Fortune, the show, someone could have Virgo placements or be dealing with a Virgo, because I'm getting a little nutty over the cards because they're getting moved around and I don't like that. Somebody wants things to stay the same, or has been complacent in their life and has been needing change, and yet it's almost like better the devil you know. Someone has stayed there because it's like, well, at least I know how to deal with this. I know how to work with this. Could be something about work. Could be like a family business, or, you know, friends at work. Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords. So the feminine is showing up as like the Knight of Swords, which that's the bringer of truth. Somebody who fights for honest communication. Justice, Libra energy. There's quite a bit coming out here with the feminine, but with all these swords, somebody's got to say something. So let's pull it out. We got the Magician and Justice. This is alchemizing a new cycle, removing yourself from karma, from a karmic cycle. Five of Cups, something with the mother, a degrading mother, not listening to the mother. This could also be like a, you know, this with the cups, it will, your relationship or lack thereof with your parent, with a parent or the other, both, whatever, will influence how you behave and treat others in love relationships, and allow yourself to be treated in love relationships. This is like, Five of Cups is crying over spilled milk, but the masculine figure here, little boy, is like not listening. Something about a ring. Okay, so very specifically, there could be like a mother figure that does not want a masculine to propose, offer a ring, because I'm getting Gollum, not listening. And there's, you know, like Lord Sauron is always whispering, right? There's like someone lording over you. There's some sort of like ominous shadow presence. Could be a parental figure, could be fear or devil energy, shadows that were that mutated, that were born of your relationship or lack thereof with a parent. The sun is out. Temperance, Sagittarius. So we've got Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, and Sagittarius. King of Wands. Seven of Swords. Someone's holding a grudge here. This is a major turning point for you and your person and this connection, Leo, because you're representing here, the feminine's representing as the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius as confirmation, the need for healing, trust, faith in the divine. Okay, I love the sun, but that's a little intense. It's like blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a douche. And I know that's not the lyrics, but that's what I say. So, getting the lyrics wrong. Seven of Swords is holding a grudge. It's also like eating your words. So someone could have been mistreated. A feminine figure, there's a dark feminine figure here, or influence that is impeding the way that divine masculine has interacted with their feminines. in the past or this particular feminine. But I see this particular feminine because I read for divine masculine and feminine, not karmic masculine and feminine, which until you align with your divinity, you are in a karmic cycle. Every person that you're with is a karmic facet of your divine counterpart. And they're presenting themselves as an opportunity to, someone could be over drinking here, with that 5 of Cups as well. Which if a void was instilled when you were very young, telling you were not worthy, not enough, you will try to fill that hole with a lot of things that are typically easy to reach. If you don't believe and no one believed in you to do more than what they thought you were capable of, which was just a reflection and projection of what they were capable of, then you'll limit yourself and you'll be like, well, I can't do the work. And this feels like it could be past energy because we have the major arcana here. So there is a major turning point. Death at the bottom here. So yeah, that feels scorpionic energy. I do feel like there is, or has recently been some sort of major turning point in perspective. 2 of Cups. Okay. That has, allowed the opportunity for this connection to come into a balanced place. Ooh, the Chariot, Cancerian energy. We got a lot of major arcana here, so this is major stuff. It was always destined to be this way. So if it's some sort of tumultuous connection, I don't typically like to read for people who have wronged you in the past. There could be some sort of apology or some sort of like healing of old wounds. Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's some sort of truth coming in. Knight of Swords is coming out twice. So this connection will be very honest, where maybe there was deception on your part, their part, in past connections. This could be a rekindling. The Sun. You're coming out multiple times in your own reading here with the Sun. And the Sun was just trying to blind me. So it's like there is full illumination. There is some sort of honest profession, confession, something. Justice, again, more Libra energy. So Libra could be significant. But Libra is about justice, cycles, something with the justice system. Certain that I shut that closet. Skeletons coming out of the closet, possibly. Like, it's like everything's coming to light, whatever that means, and only you will know what that means. This feels bigger than love, but it's like all of these things coming to light and all of this balancing, all of this healing is going to bring you to a place, because Temperance is about healing. The Magician is about the ability to set boundaries and create and alchemize from the throat chakra. All right, it's mercurial energy. And the Death and the Sun, it's a death and rebirth. Let's pull from this. Oh, wow. Okay. Vision Quest. Grace and Frankie, those names could be significant, but and there's Frankie, Charlie. So somebody could have like a androgynous name, right? That could be could go either way. Matriarch of Vessels, Queen of Cups. So this is a very loving, healing feminine that is a beautiful opportunity for this masculine. Masculines, maybe you were not so good with past feminines because you were never taught how. This feminine is going to show you how. Now they're not going to show you, like, they're not going to like baby step you through how to love them, but through them and their healing presence, it's like you feel like you can just be yourself with this person. Vision Quest is the 7 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there was maybe some player energy here, but see, this masculine's not like looking at all these cups, like, ooh, 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 what's that? What's that? So there may have been like past player energy here on the masculine side. And that could have been handed down by the father, because we've got the ancestors, right? See the silhouette of the ancestors here? And they're holding a pipe, which in this tarot deck is the wands. So that would be like somebody with the wands. Like the wand is the phallic symbol in tarot. So it's like there could have been a father figure on either side or both sides that was a player that just kind of tossed it around. They led with their wand. They're also a very smooth talker, were a smooth talker, and they're showing his past. So the death could actually represent a literal death of a family member. Johnny Cash, the man in black. Somebody could wear a lot of black. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Oh, I didn't even realize that with Narnia. It's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And the wardrobe represents kind of like an heirloom. Handed down. So yeah, this was handed down. Oh, and then we have the Chief of Pipes, which is the King of Wands. So you have the King of Wands twice. Someone's on the paternal side, obviously masculines. You could be the Leo here. Or feminines, if you're the Leo, you could be dealing with another fire sign, masculine. Stickball. Stickball, the Five of Wands. This is the Five of Swords, Five of Cups, Five of... Oh, okay, so I went to the store this morning and grabbed some things, tofu and things. Coffee. And it was and then I ran by the Dollar Tree. Dolphins can be significant. Some of you know I always get like the little sticker. Now I've gotten this same one twice. It's the dolphin. It says follow your heart, which is Cancerian energy. So you or your person could have strong Cancer placements. Something about Cancer season could be significant, but Cancer is all about following the heart. It's connected to the moon, so it's about intuition, going with what you feel. And I think that there's been an issue with that, because what you felt with the cups here and the 7 was like you weren't led by your own gut. You were led by someone else's gut. I hate your guts. What is that off of? Damn, that's some pretty harsh words to say to somebody. It almost feels like kind of like a joke though. Like, oh, I hate your guts. You know, that's how I talk to the dogs. I'm like, you little piece of shit. You know, like when I really when I'm really comfortable with somebody, I talk like that, and that's how you know. It's almost something about like British. Charlie bit me. There's something about that that's just, I don't know what that's coming through. Anyway, stickball with a 555. My total at the Dollar Tree was 555. Which I just thought was kind of fun, right? You could be seeing a series of things. I did see 1010. I also got a screenshot of 818 on 818, which I thought was cool. And then 909. So 808 is like I'm a Leo rising. And so I feel like if I were born, it's been a long thing and we're not going to go down that path. But my second birthday is 808. Any 808s out there? 808. 808. Isn't that something in Miami? Or is that 808? 808? Beachfront Avenue. Anyway, 808 is something. Isn't it a band? Anyway, if it is, let me know. But 808 could be significant too. That's also the Lionsgate portal, so something about 808 could be significant. I mean, it's not just 808, but that's when it's at its peak. So in the first half of, like 10 days around the Lionsgate portal is like a really prime time for manifesting. So this could be a love that you manifested, like you finally set down all of this conflict, all of this lack mentality, all of this confusion, right? And you're like, I know what I want. And you're releasing the karmic cycles, because it's like these cycles are not even yours. It's like you've held on to somebody else's cycles. You've done somebody else's bidding. Honor. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is 1111. So it's like your ancestors are, when we pass on, all right, when our family members pass on, like at their eulogy, we memorialize them as being the best version of themselves, typically, right? Like they were a great person and they were kind of an asshole. So it's like, when the ego dies, when the physical body dies, the spirit is pure again. And so even if your relationship with somebody was very tumultuous in the terrestrial plane, once they pass on to the celestial plane, they are purified again, right? The ego is no more. There's none of that conflict. The fives do not exist. It's like, three lefts make a right or something. I'm just getting like, it's like this turning point where whether you lay some sort of conflict or conflicted connection, it's an attachment. If it's a conflicted connection, it's like a double negative. It's not a positive though. It's like a cycle of negativity that has held you back because you are in this place of saying, there's a little gnat up there. It's driving me crazy. Fly on the wall. Yeah, there's this looming presence, this like helicopter. Helicopters could be significant, but it's like now that these people have passed on, or maybe you have someone that you trusted and they passed on and you were left with what was left. And you were like, how could you leave me with all these assholes? I know that's not funny, because especially if this happened when you were younger, it feels like a deep abandonment wound, right? And so you're not going to be open to love, even though they didn't necessarily abandon you. I mean, a parent could have abandoned someone here. I'm reading for a collective. So, but even if they pass on, it feels like an abandonment. It feels like they left us. He left us. But that's not what I'm going to do. Jurassic Park. Someone could also feel like maybe they're too old for love. You're never too old for love. You're never too old for love. Love doesn't know ages. Now, keep it legal. I mean, that's not what I mean. I'm saying you can be old. But you see that, people that find their companionship and find love later in life. The show Grace and Frankie, for some reason, keeps popping up here. Because it could be a literal death, or it could be a death of an idea, a death of a ego, right? Which means that there's a rebirth, which means there's something to be renewed. It's not an ending is never just final. It's more like an intermission, right? Halftime show, something about football or sports. I don't know all the sports. I don't know about that foosball, water boy, which water boy would be like the Page of Cups. So this is very new for this masculine Pisces energy with the Hangman, and the Ace of Cups on the feminine side. This is very new. This feminine, the water placements of this feminine, I feel they have strong water placements, possibly in their top 3, are really signaling to this masculine to approach this with depth, honesty, and their heart space. Yeah, the honor, and at the center of them is honor. that Four of Wands, which is 1111, that is the divine union. It's the twin flame number. Archangel Metatron could be significant here. You could be from different cultural backgrounds, because we're getting like two like masculine figures here, like sorting this out. So it's like a peace offering too. So if this is a person that you've dealt with and there's been some sort of chaos, some sort of need for apology, or kind of leveling the playing field. I keep getting play, sports, stickball. I keep getting this like, maybe that's how it's felt. It's felt like a volleyball, like the ball's in your court or whatever. Like it could just be like a lot of confusion and back and forth, which I typically don't even like to give energy to, but some twin flame connections take this route, especially depending on your elements, your strong elements, right? Like earth signs are typically not going to go for that, right? Because they need stability, they need investment, they need security, right? Up front. But fire energy is a little bit more like, woo, you know, it's a little bit kind of like the heat. That's what fuels them. A lot of air. So there could be like someone could have a lot of strong air placements. So it's like you need that air and all of that. But the water here is going to help. And that's the fear of fire. Like if elements have a fear, the fear of fire is that water is going to put me out. Love is going to put me out. Emotions are going to put me out. I can't talk about that. I can't express that. I can't even look at that, because if I do, then I'm just going to be smoke. I'm going to be smoke. There's so much fear around it's just funny to me. I don't know why, but there's just so much fear around the heart space for this masculine. And this feminine is coming in with this beautiful, like patient energy. This is a very patient feminine, which water is pretty patient, right? It's ruled by the moon. It's intuitive. It feels everything. So it's like whatever, maybe this masculine has been in connections where like somebody wanted communication out of them. They wanted to tell me what you're feeling. And they're like, I don't know. They couldn't even put it into words because they just never even knew how to sit with that. But the vision quest tells me that the masculine has done the work to maybe be in solitude, be single for a while, and just be like, I don't want any love. I don't want to deal with any of this. Their back is turned to all these options. So even though, I mean, Leos are notoriously attractive, even though this masculine could be getting a lot, I mean, look at his locks, woohoo. So even though he could be getting a lot, this masculine could be getting a lot of attention, right? They're like, I need to just heal. I need to just sit with myself. And so there's still a Page of Cups. They're not like a King of Cups. They're not super, you know, they're not emotionally unstable, but they're not like a master of their emotions. This feminine is going to show this masculine how to master their emotions. Now, feminines, we're obviously not going to tolerate anybody who's being manipulative or being emotionally erratic or abusive, right? That's not okay. And maybe that's what you dealt with before, feminines, and you stayed in situations like that longer because you thought, well, you could feel beyond their words, beyond their, almost like you're probably very good with children because it's like you can just feel, and animals, because you don't need the words to know how someone else is feeling. And you can see the hurt behind there. So even though you're the one that they're hurting and they're lashing out and they're projecting or they're being abusive to you, feel like you cut a lot of slack to karmics in the past because that was kind of your training to come to this perfect place of where it's like your masculine is not the best at this, but they're not going to be a tyrant with their emotions or yours. And you're not going to be cutting them all to slack. You're not going to just be like looking completely at potential or allowing the abuse or allowing them to project or neglect or any of those things. You're not going to stand for confusion because the Ten of Pentacles is investment. So you could have strong earth placements, feminine. And that's causing this masculine. It's like you have enough placements, elementally speaking, that coincide and they match each other at the right time. And it's perfect timing. Okay. which is the Wheel of Fortune. It's perfect timing. 1111 is perfect timing. It's the portal that allows you to be in sync. And it's not about being the best at it, because sometimes we don't know. You can read all the books, right? Like somebody can be in the medical field, or I mean, you can read all the books about working on a vehicle. But until your hands are on a vehicle actually changing out the part, or your hands are actually, stopping the bleeding, clamping an artery, right? So that's pretty intense, right? But it's like, until you actually do it, you can recite all the information. Oh, it takes 100 pounds of pressure to stop it, But until you actually clamp your hand down and know what 100 pounds of pressure feels like, you don't know how you're going to react to that. You don't know if you're good at it, right? So sometimes, oftentimes, every time we're talking about a twin flame union, right? A lot of people think that they have to have it all together. They have to be really good at it. This is your person you've done the practice, right? You've done the test runs or whatever. You've done the pop quizzes. And now this is like the ultimate test here. And so there's a need to be okay with being tested. There's a need to be okay with questions, which I feel like I'm saying that because somebody didn't like questions before. Because if you don't have the answers, right, that vision quest tells me someone had to go and find the answers for themselves so they could prepare. You could prepare for the questions, and you can ask yourself the questions all you want. And you can answer them, and you can ruminate and talk to yourself and get all of this balance within your own little pocket of peace that you've created. But until somebody else asks you the questions, it's going to put you on the spot in a different way. And that's the true test to all the work that you've done. But try not to let that be scary. I mean, even if it's scary, courage, the lion, the cowardly lion, do it anyway. That's what true bravery is. Not being okay, everything is perfectly aligned and everything is fine and everything. I know how this is, what the outcome is going to be. You never know the outcome. You're dealing with another person that has free will. Maybe they'll stick around. Maybe they won't. But it won't be them abandoning you, and that's something that you've learned. They're not going to be abandoning you if you operate out of truth, right? People left you before, but you were never honest. Or maybe you were the avoidant and you left before they could leave you. And it's that's not, you weren't operating out of an honest place. This, because you come to a place where you're able to, it's been a lot of work for you, Leo. Holy crap. Because this is a very heavy energy of, you've done a lot of work to get to where you could be honest with yourself. And now you get to see how honest you can be with somebody else. And this tells me with the Ten of Pentacles that this person is not going anywhere. Because they don't care if you're unblemished. They just need to know what the blemishes are. They just need to know. Because they can feel it anyway, so you might as well tell them. Because if you can feel it and the words aren't matching what you're feeling, that will make the Queen of Cups close her chalice off very quickly. She will block that. She'll put a which I always do. I always put a cover on my cups. But so it's they're going to cover that because they've had people put, that's very specific. They could have had somebody put something in their drink. But there's this feminine has had people metaphorically, hopefully, right, put things in their cup that didn't belong. And they were then they had to filter it out. They had to dump the whole cup and then figure out how to refill it. So the feminine here has done a lot of work on bringing a pure, open heart. But they also have that lid. They have that they're willing to set the boundary with that Queen of Swords where they're going to say, no, I will not accept this. So masculines, just keep that in mind when you're approaching this feminine. They want honesty. So the moment that you feel like I can approach somebody honestly, I'm willing to show all my blemishes, I'm willing to reveal everything, which is transparency. You know, honesty is when you're asked about something, you tell the truth-ish. Transparency is upfront. This is all the shit that's going on. This is all the work that I've done. Like, you're pouring your heart out. That's what a Queen of Cups is going to not just accept, that's what they're going to require. So this sounds very ominous and intimidating and everything, but I feel like it sounds really beautiful because I love transparency. And maybe somebody has a Cancer moon out there, but it's like there is a need for that transparency up front. Like, maybe you're just like too old to play the games. You've been playing the games, all the game playing and the sports analogies there. It's like, you're done with that. I don't have time to be confused. I think you both are very independent. You'd be okay living the rest of your life out alone, but it would be so sweet to come together with your person, right? So yeah, I don't have time for half-truths or you to tiptoe around feelings or, yeah, I'm not dealing with liars. Could be an age difference. Masculine could be younger here. I'm getting the movie Prime. I also just watched a part of how Stella got her groove back. So that could be some of the apprehension too for the masculine coming forward, is like, am I enough? Am I grown enough? Am I responsible enough or whatever? It's like, as long as you take care of this feminine's heart, of their cup, that's the only stability that they need. Because this feels like a feminine they're at an age or they're at a point in their life where they don't feel like they need a partner for life stuff. They need a partner for love stuff. And then together from that place, you guys can, the opportunities will be endless. The whole world's going to open up in a way that neither one of you could have imagined. So I love this. Happy birthday, Leos. You know, your season is coming to an end. So someone could be a Leo, Virgo, cusper, very close to that. I was going to say deadline. Yeah, there could be a little bit of like an urgency, a feeling of urgency. Like I need to do this. So this could be somebody that you've known for a while. You've been watching and waiting for the right time. And it's like, you know, get in there and just do it. Do it scared. Do it nervous. As long as it's honest, everything will work out fine. Even if you present yourself honestly and you and this person are not compatible, at least you know right up front. But if you're going to lie, if somebody, I feel like you both have just dealt with liars. It's like somebody told you they wanted something and then later down the road you found out that's not who they were. That's not what they wanted. They told you what you wanted to hear. This person doesn't want to be told what they want to hear. This isn't an interview. This isn't a job interview. Maybe it is, because there was a little bit of work. So you could meet at work. You could know this person from work. But it's like, there's a bit of like a deadline here where it's kind of like, this connection either needs to go to the next level, or I feel like you're going to just part ways. So hopefully there was something in here for you, Leo. Thank you to everyone who has watched. Thank you for your time, your energy, your support, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your donations, everything.